Long ago, beyond the edges of busy towns and the sound of rushing days, there was a quiet valley that few people ever spoke about. It was not hidden by walls or mountains, but by time itself, as if the world gently forgot to hurry when it reached this place. In this valley, the air always felt soft, like it had been resting for a very long time. A slow river moved through it, not in a rush to reach anywhere, but simply enjoying its own path. Trees leaned slightly toward the water, as if listening to an old, calming song only they could hear. People who once wandered here often said they felt their thoughts become lighter, as if each worry quietly loosened its grip and drifted upward like mist at dawn. There was no need to speak loudly in this place. Even silence felt complete, like a warm blanket for the mind. And so this is where our story begins, not with action or urgency, but with stillness and the gentle invitation to rest. One evening, just as the sky began to fade from gold into deep blue, a quiet traveler arrived at the edge of the valley. The traveler carried no heavy bags and wore no grand clothes, only a soft coat, worn smooth by many peaceful journeys, and a small lantern that glowed with warm amber light. The traveler paused beside an old wooden bridge that crossed the river. Beneath it, the water moved slowly around smooth stones, creating a gentle rhythm like calm breathing. The sound was comforting, steady, and soft enough to quiet even the busiest thoughts. A cool breeze drifted through the grass. It carried the scent of pine trees, distant rain, and wildflowers resting somewhere in the darkening hills. For a long moment, the traveler simply stood there, listening, not listening for danger, not listening for answers, only listening to the peaceful sounds of the valley settling into night. And little by little, the world seemed to grow quieter. As the stars slowly appeared above the valley, the traveler continued along a narrow path beside the river. Small lanterns hung from tree branches here and there, glowing softly like floating moons among the leaves. No one seemed to light them. They simply appeared each evening, as though the valley itself wished to guide every wandering soul gently forward. The path curved through tall grass that swayed slowly in the evening wind. Crickets sang from hidden places beneath the earth, their tiny songs blending with the sound of flowing water. Ahead, the traveler noticed a small cottage resting beneath a circle of ancient trees. Warm light glowed through the windows, and thin trails of smoke curled lazily from the chimney into the cool night sky. An old woman sat outside the cottage in a rocking chair, wrapped in a silver blanket. She did not seem surprised to see the traveler. Instead, she smiled softly and pointed toward the sky. The stars are especially calm tonight. The night deepened slowly, wrapping the valley in cool blue shadows. Above the cottage, the stars shimmered gently, scattered across the sky like grains of silver sand. The old woman invited the traveler to sit beside her near the porch. A kettle rested over a tiny fire, warming fragrant tea made from herbs gathered in the valley hills. As steam curled upward into the night air, the old woman spoke in a voice so calm it almost blended with the wind. Many people spend their lives searching for distant places, she said, but peace rarely waits at the end of a hurried road. More often, it arrives quietly when we finally become still enough to notice it. The traveler listened without speaking. Somewhere nearby, An owl called softly from the trees. The fire crackled. The river flowed. The stars watched silently above. And for the first time in many days, the traveler felt no need to continue forward, only the gentle comfort of simply being there. Later that evening, the old woman prepared a small room inside the cottage. The bed was layered with thick blankets that smelled faintly of lavender and cedar wood. A round window above the bed revealed the night sky beyond the trees. Moonlight drifted through the glass, pale and peaceful, painting soft silver shapes across the wooden floor. Before resting, the traveler opened the window slightly. Cool night air entered the room, carrying distant sounds from the valley. The river whispering over stones, leaves moving slowly in the breeze, and the quiet songs of insects hidden among the grass. Everything outside seemed perfectly unhurried. The traveler sat for a while beside the window, watching clouds drift lazily across the moon. There was nowhere else to be, no race to win, no clock demanding attention, only this peaceful night. Only this gentle valley. And as the traveler finally closed their eyes, sleep arrived softly, like calm water reaching the shore. During the night, the valley became even quieter. Mist gathered above the river in pale silver ribbons, moving slowly through the trees. The lanterns along the path glowed dimly now, their warm light softened by the cool night air. Inside the cottage, the traveler dreamed peacefully. In the dream, the valley stretched endlessly beneath a sky filled with slow-moving stars. Each star hummed with a gentle note, creating music so soft it felt more like breathing than sound. The traveler wandered through fields of tall grass that glowed faintly beneath the moonlight. Fireflies drifted through the air like floating sparks from an invisible fire. Far away, bells rang softly from somewhere beyond the hills. Not loud bells, not urgent bells, only calm, distant tones that rose and faded slowly into silence. And with every step through the dream, the traveler felt lighter, as though every old worry had quietly dissolved into the cool night air. Morning arrived slowly in the valley. Long before the sun appeared above the hills, the sky began to brighten with pale shades of blue and silver. Thin clouds drifted gently overhead while birds welcomed the new day with soft, sleepy songs. The traveler stepped outside the cottage and breathed in the cool morning air. Tiny drops of dew rested on the grass like scattered crystals. The river reflected the early light, smooth and calm as polished glass. The old woman was already awake, watering small plants beside the porch. She smiled kindly. "The valley teaches slowly," she said, "but it teaches well." The traveler nodded. Even after only one night, something felt different. The mind seemed quieter, the shoulders lighter, the heart calmer. Together they walked toward the riverbank, where smooth stones warmed gently beneath the growing sunlight. And there, beside the flowing water, they sat in peaceful silence while the valley welcomed another unhurried day. As the morning continued, soft fog lifted from the fields and disappeared into the warming sky. Butterflies drifted lazily between patches of wildflowers, and bees hummed gently among blossoms glowing with morning light. The traveler followed a narrow trail leading away from the cottage and deeper into the valley. Every step felt easy here. There were no sharp noises, no crowded streets, no rushing footsteps. only the steady rhythm of nature moving at its own peaceful pace. Soon the traveler reached a small hill covered in smooth white stones. At the top stood a single willow tree with long silver branches that swayed softly in the breeze. Beneath the tree rested an old wooden bench. The traveler sat there for a long while, listening to the distant river and watching clouds float slowly across the sky. Sometimes the greatest comfort comes not from excitement or adventure, but from moments so quiet they allow the heart to finally rest. And the valley understood this perfectly. By afternoon, warm sunlight filled the valley with golden color. The traveler wandered beside small gardens where herbs and flowers grew peacefully together. Tiny pathways curved between the plants, and wind chimes made from smooth shells sang quietly whenever the breeze passed through. Near one garden stood an elderly man tending rows of lavender. He moved slowly and carefully, humming a calm melody beneath his breath. When he noticed the traveler, he simply smiled and offered a small bundle of fresh lavender tied with string. "For peaceful dreams," he said softly. The traveler thanked him and continued along the path, breathing in the gentle scent. The farther the traveler walked through the valley, the more it seemed that everyone here understood something important. That life did not always need to move quickly, that quiet moments were not empty moments, and that rest was not something to earn. It was something every living heart deserved. As evening approached once again, the sky turned shades of amber and rose. Long shadows stretched across the grass, while the river reflected the colors of the setting sun. The traveler returned to the willow tree on the hill. A soft breeze moved through the branches overhead, creating a gentle whispering sound like distant waves along a peaceful shore. Far below, lanterns slowly began to glow throughout the valley, one by one, slowly, quietly. The traveler watched them appear in the fading light, and felt an unfamiliar sense of calm settle deeply within. For so long, life beyond the valley had felt filled with endless motion, but here time seemed softer, more forgiving, almost gentle. The first stars appeared above the hills, and as darkness slowly covered the valley once more, the traveler closed their eyes beneath the willow tree and listened to the peaceful world breathing around them. That night, the moon rose large and bright above the valley. Its pale light covered the fields, rivers, and cottages in soft silver glow. Even the trees seemed calmer beneath it, their shadows resting quietly across the earth. The traveler walked slowly beside the river while fireflies floated through the cool air. Some drifted low above the grass. Others circled lazily over the water. Together they looked like tiny lanterns carried by the night itself. Further ahead, a small wooden boat rested beside the shore. Without hurry, the traveler stepped inside and allowed the gentle current to guide the boat downstream. The river moved so smoothly that it hardly seemed to flow at all. Overhead, stars shimmered endlessly. "My dears, please My dears, please like this video and subscribe the channel to receive more interesting stories. See you in next stories.